Alright, welcome back to another episode of Game Crafters. Another 30-minute one, unfortunately. But what can you do? There's a lot to do, and currently we have a few things in mind that we're getting done with, like this one right here. That's right, and this series is coming up soon. And I've been wanting to play that one for a while now, so it's good to be able to get that soon. Thanks to those who subscribe to my Subscribe Star and have given me at least enough optional funds to be able to do that every time. Yep. Rent and bills be damned, I at least have some little extra bits of cash. Where now I should be able to get that soon. Of course, I'm going to have to focus on Croc still. But I got some things to say about that I am surprised we got through. But if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like and subscribe for more. So anyways, yeah, why don't we start with that, shall we? We somehow managed, I don't know how we managed, but we somehow managed to get through, despite Crash Bandicoot coming in to crash the party by crashing the computer, we somehow managed to get through the third island's 10 platinum tokens. I almost said relics because I'm so used to platinum relics. So yeah, we got that pretty easily. And the only reason we got that pretty easily was because of the fact that I think I got the hang of how to do the thing. You know, the hover glitch, that thing. It's not as hard as I thought it was going to be. I just needed to, lock the fuck in and figure out the exact methods for how you're supposed to do it. It's supposed to go something like this, right? Something like that. And you can't do this, because that won't work. You gotta do this. Which I think I haven't gotten consistent yet, but I think I've at least gotten to a point where I can confidently say that 7 times out of 10 I can do the glitch. Which is going to be very helpful for the castle level, because I think even with that glitch in mind, and even if I can't do it as consistently, I still am gonna need to figure out how to do optimize pathings. That one's gonna be a bit of a tricky beach. Okay, this is where the water is gonna start to come out. Yeah, easy enough. So that's good to know. That tactic is good to know, at the very least. So now I have that knowledge down a bit better. Aside from that, though, and there's just one area here that isn't going to be utilizing any hover. Well, it might still be helpful to try to get past a few obstacles quickly. So we might still use that then. But the Dungeon of the Frights Platinum is going to be pretty interesting. But it also should not be hard to pull off at all. It'll take a few attempts to get the right amount of movement going. We're going to have to sacrifice a life as we grab a golden key and die, and then we're gonna have to hope to all hell and back we get the shorter box turning puzzle thingy, which is kind of baffling that the box puzzle thing is determined on whether or not you're gonna get a platinum, because there's either a short version or a long version, or I think somewhere in between. I don't know. We're going to have to figure that out soon. I don't know how soon, though, because another Saturday we do be working. More money and more sets for my games, which is very useful, being able to work out while also working. Working. And that's good and all, but my free time. I do value my free time more than I value money. And currently, I've got a lot of free time thanks to needing of the money, which is annoying, but what can you do? That's just the way life is right now with how everything has become more expensive in several aspects. It's very annoying. Wish it wasn't like that. Really wish we didn't have an ego-sensitive, raging man-child in charge of everything, who also somehow has the powers of brainwashing. I just don't know how. I don't know how somebody has that power. It just doesn't make any sense. I just don't understand people, I guess. And because I don't understand people, I hate people. So yeah, I really wish we weren't in this predicament right now, but can't do anything about it. Just gonna continue to create and do what I can to enjoy my life the way I want to enjoy it. Because I am who I am. But we're not talking about that any further because we keep on bringing that up here on one instance where a lot of complications and problems is chalked up to that nonsense. Unfortunately. Now we're here to talk about Croc, Legend of the Gobbos, Platinum Edition, and the Platinum Time Trials. So, yeah. I think I'm at least somewhat confident in my abilities to get through some of the Platinum Time Trials for this particular segment. I mean, the only thing you really need to worry about is, let's see. Off the top of my head, I know the first secret level that you can unlock is definitely one to worry about. And that one's only a worry because, you have to kind of like destroy the crates in a very quick and specific manner. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get past the Platinum Time Trial. There are instances I can recall that I can utilize the hover jump, which is very useful. But other than that, unless there's a way I can skip the needing of a key by being able to hover jump around the doors, like whatever the hell you call it, the walls around the doors, I suppose. Unless there's a way to do that, then I'm not entirely too sure if I can just skip most of that. If I can, though, that would be very helpful and saves me a lot of time. So it might be something we want to at least attempt to do. And if it works, it works. Like, that's really just the long and the short of it. If it works, it works. We do it, move on, and deal with the next pain and whatever platinum we gotta deal with. But you also gotta take into consideration if the developers who trial tested the time trials, tested it, see if it's even possible. We also got to take into consideration if they thought about these particular things, not the hover glitch. Apparently, you don't need to use hover glitch all the time. No. Stuff like the Shifties shifting what you call it. With the Yahar guys. Because you can skip the second part, apparently, by just falling before landing on anything, and then you will eventually fall down, down, down until you reach the the platform that allows you to just exit this part of the level and move on over to the next one. I wonder if they have that into consideration, or if that's just like a glitch that, is not as imperative to fix because it's very circumstantial and requires, I think, just getting the exact movements going and whatnot. I don't think that is going to be a problem, but I'm not sure. I'm not entirely too sure just yet. Not sure at all. But I guess we'll find out. I don't know when, probably Sunday, because I'm not going to have a lot of time to do anything in any other time, thanks to stuff. But we'll see. Needless to say, I can't wait to get to Pac Man World 2 Re Pac. Because Pac Man World 2 was the game that I was like, at least for the Pac Man series, was all over. I remember playing, Pac Mania or something a bunch, and getting a really good score there. Needless to say, if there's going to be an achievement to try to get to a certain level in Pac Mania, I'll probably be able to get to it after I've dusted off several pounds of rust. But that was fun. I'd say one thing that was not fun was trying to 100% the game, and I did that multiple times. I don't know why I did. I'm like, you know what? I feel like 100%ing Pac Man World 2 again back then. And then I was miserable trying to 100% it in certain areas, like the frickin' ice skating area. 100%ing that was a pain in the ass. I wonder if that's been made any easier, or at the very least less annoying to miss a fruit. Well, we'll see. Don't forget I was a kid back then. Me now as an adult have developed significant skill levels and whatnot. In other words, there's a good chance that I might be able to just get through the game pretty quickly and easily. Because like Pac Man World 1, I remember as a kid struggling very hard with that, especially on the Anubis boss fight. And that was still the same in this one, except I actually got past it because of persistency and just putting the mistakes in my head to fix. Of course, apparently this one was made to be more difficult due to the fact that there was no checkpoints, unlike the other ones, which did have a checkpoint. So, it's... I say I did the harder version, which is, pretty good. Pretty goodest. But as a kid, I was never able to really get past Pac Man World 1. I don't even think I continued into the space level because for some reason I was trying to spin dash into what I thought was a cherry down into some scaffolding platform, but that's what my brain remembered because we didn't do anything like that in the Re Pac. So I don't know what the hell. Then again, my brain also remembered a level in Croc that never existed. And like I said in the last episode, I think it was the last episode. What are the chances that apparently I might have gotten a pirated version? Because again, back then, Father torrented stuff for PC-based things and probably got a harder version of Croc, which, needless to say, Croc, playing it now, easy. The desert is definitely a hell of a lot more easier. Maybe it's just because I have more of an idea of what the hell was fucking me up, i.e., oh, these platforms that just you can't really jump off the edge of because they suck at edge jumps. Yeah, just don't jump off the edge on those platforms. Simple as that. God. You know, if Croc ever releases like a level editor, I want to try to recreate that. I might have said that in the last episode or episodes prior in Game Crafters, but I stand by that. I would like a classic Croc level editor. I feel like Croc should at least have some kind of level editing system, a la similar to Mario Maker, but three-dimensional, of course. And it wouldn't really be that hard to, like, you know, set up the groundwork for it, because all you would need to do is just give people the ability to create, like, the floors that you need to create in order to do the things that, to do the things that needs to be done. That's obviously important. I'm going to make this into a cliffside. And, of course, aside from just, you know, that, you have your obstacles, your prefabs. For example, I can give the gameplay objects, these things here that you could just place around. And, yeah, boom. You get the things that you need, so on and so forth. Yada yada, stuff and stuff. I mean, it would be fine to do, right? Because ideally, their next goal would be to remake Croc 2. And I remember Croc 2 at least being significantly different in the things that occur within that game. And I imagine if they ever make a Croc 3, then, of course, whatever gameplay stuff they have in mind for that, it'll be vastly okay, I'll have to remember that I moved this and not duplicated it. Anyways, it'll be vastly different compared to what they do with what they did with the classic version is the word I'm looking for. Classic, i.e. the first game. So that way it wouldn't really, you know, mesh too badly because it's like classic Mario Maker. You're not making Mario levels on the same level as, you know, the more recent ones, which I don't recall. My only memory of most recent Mario game is Mario Odyssey, and that's old at this point. I haven't caught up with Mario or whatever the hell else is there now. So I can't exactly tell you what it is that is the most recent one. I'm not talking about Mario Kart. Not that one. That's not the one I'm talking about. I'm talking mostly, solely, about the platformers. Oops. The platformers are what I am discussing. Is that lined up? I don't know why my brain is telling me it's not lined up, but it is. Alright, so which one, you son of bitches? You, of course. No, you dumbass. Stop it. Delete those. Yes, of course. Nice little cliffside, though, but this is like, well, hold on. Right. I mean, the mountains are here, essentially. Right? This area is left purposefully open for mountains to be in, but mountain wall here. I suppose a mountain wall being there doesn't really make make that much of a difference. It's fine the way it is. How much time is left? 10 minutes? I'm sure I can get this done within the span of 10 minutes. Yeah, funny enough, I can remember the themes of the second Pac Man World game. That much I've played. I can't remember the names specifically, but I can at the very least remember what the themes were. The first area, also sporting like the little Pac town that you've got, essentially is like grasslands kind of level, so to speak. Next one was the forest. Boing Forest, I believe is what it was referred to as. And then, of course, the next one was the snow area. I remember that one extensively because, my god, getting 100% on the levels there was annoying. Then, of course, there's the volcano. I remember that one also being a huge pain in a dickizzle. I don't know why I said that, but I did, so we're gonna go and live and roll with it. Then the next one was the underwater level. Submarine. I don't recall if there was an actual swimming portion, but it's been so long that I don't remember the exact things that is within each level. I'm going to find out soon, but not before I get all platinum tokens in Croc. Which, if I was able to do the desert without too many issues, then I should at least be somewhat fine getting the castle's platinum, provided I, of course, go out of my way to use the hover glitch. Then I'm sure within no time at all, I will be able to do what needs to be done to get my platinum. And continuing, next off of that and last is the graveyard area. That whole sequence with the weird time limit thing that I don't remember what exactly was being timed. What was it, like collecting pellets or something? Was that what it was? I don't recall. Oh, but I can't wait. Now that right there is more nostalgic than Pac Man World 1. Of course, Pac Man World 1 also had nostalgia, but it wasn't like as... Oh, wait, I don't need that. It wasn't as nostalgic as 2 is, because I actually completed 2 100% several times, like I've said. So it'll be no different. What will be different is the time trials there too. And whether or not there's also going to be platinum pellets, I'm assuming it's probably going to be called, right? Platinum pellets. Croc with the tokens. Crash with the Crash with the relics. So on and so forth. That makes me wonder if it's going to be platinum pellets. Or platinum fruit, but I don't know how well that would work either. Platinum fruit, even though there's golden fruits. Unless it's also a token, but not like time trials is very specific to... What? Well, none of these are here. Why are you here? Did I just not delete... Did I accidentally duplicate you and not realize that when I pressed undo, which is unselect you instead of whatever, it's fine. How much time is left? 5 minutes. That's surprising. Do I look like I can get done with the next segment here? Maybe. I don't know. There's a lot to have to look into with this one. Let's see our map real quick. So right now we're on 272. And we are currently 2 spaces away from this. So 272, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78. So we're on 79 then. Got it. Speaking of thumbnails, I also am going to have to make Subnautica's thumbnail too as well. It's probably what I'm going to be focusing on for the entirety of November is thumbnails now. One of which is going to be Borderlands 2 at some point. I don't know when. Trying to figure out how long is it going to take for us to get done with the both the main story. Hold on. Both the main story and of course the DLC. I'm not sure. I suppose right now we shouldn't really worry about it too much. Yeah, you're gonna end up there, and there's gonna be. Oh no, it's gonna at least be a little bit bigger with a big river and a lake there. So it's not like it's that ginormous. Whoops. Not like it's that ginormous as I evidently end up with this connecting when it's not really supposed to connect there. Where is this at? Here. And I get a little bit more inwards here. Hold on. That should be fine. Hopefully. Rolling. Guess I'll just go on ahead and fill in pretty much all this space. 21. Doesn't really matter where we go here. Just as long as we can fill this in. I do say I am kind of curious what the game plan here is with Pac Man World series. Are they going to remake 3? 3 is the one game outside of like 1 that I really have no memory of whatsoever. The only memory I really have of 3 was me somehow gaining access to a cheats menu and skipping levels because of reason, but I don't remember why. Maybe it was like Game Shark or something. Anybody remember that? That old archaic cheat system you can access on the older consoles. I froze again, by the way. If you're not sure what happened, I froze again. Because this fucking computer is apparently dying on me. It's not like as bad as the Croc freeze, but I swear to God, I just need to get a completely new computer. Like, none of this hand-me-down that's been kind of fixed up because the keyboard was broken, because the other computer also was broken. The old one that I had, but also was old and stuff. I need an actual desktop at this point. But getting a desktop in this day and age, oh boy. I'll have to wait or at least do several Saturdays, but I really don't feel like having to waste even more of my free time. I don't know. Also, our timer's going to go off soon, so I'm just going to finish this off here and we'll call it there. Why not? I really got to figure out what the hell is causing this. I just cannot get the time to go get it looked at, which is very annoying. But I'm sure it's fine. Alright. That seems to be that nice little, area here. Nothing too much, too. Well, we're getting there. Look at how close we are to being finished. Man, that's pretty close, kind of, I suppose. I don't know. Not as close with this not being done, but, I mean, where does it end up? It ends up, like, around here, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. For now, that's all the time I have for today's episode. So thank you all for watching today's episode of Gamecrafters. It screen felt way darker there than it needed to be. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe for more, check out that there playlist, and of course, for this episode of Gamecrafters right over here, and the most recent episode of Minecraft ROTC just right over here. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I will see you all in the next episode. Later.